Hello everybody, welcome to the DR Page channel, or whatever you'd like to call it. So anyways, I guess this is kind of goofy. And hello Cody, I see you over there. So this technically is the first video I've put out for 2018, as crazy as that sounds. So, let me see here, I just want to make sure my microphone is going. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so hopefully everybody's having a wonderful day. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, before we get into some Donkey Kong Land, of course, if you always have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, or if you want to chat, put it in the chat. Stop peeking, it's right here. I can see it on my screen. Oh my god. Anyways, so we're going to have I have a few updates I want to talk about. So before we get started and get into the game tonight, so I'll be playing for a bit. So first I should talk a little bit about updates. So first for the channel, now there's somewhat bad news. Now I haven't really talked about this at least yet, and you may have had other partners here on YouTube that have had this issue. It has to do with the whole fact that YouTube has decided to put a new threshold down for what they constitute a partner as, and how they monetize videos. Now, I bet you're wondering, okay, well, how does that affect me? You know, like I've been being the partner thing for a long time, but yeah, no. So at least at this time, it seems like they're going. So Dan may not have any more monetization ability. Unless things pick up. So all I can really say is if you like my videos or see my updates, I happily would appreciate if you shared them around. But at the same time, yes, I am in the jungle. I kind of forgot about this. I've gone tropical all of a sudden. Don't ask me how I can set up a laptop and that here in the jungle so easily. I guess I'm random like that. But yeah, no, this is definitely not what Canadian winters look like. Even if right now I'm in Southern Ontario, so it doesn't really, it doesn't look like this. But anyways, just to keep up with this thing, yeah. So as far as the channel's concerned, I hopefully will continue to still update. It's a little unfortunate because I've been part of the partner program since you still had to apply for it. I think I came in right around the time when they started opening it up, and from just strictly like the sole ones at the top, and I think I was part of the second branch of them where you still had to apply for partnership, but they decided that they decided they put a little new threshold down. It's mostly because I tend to upload a lot of shorter videos as opposed to longer ones. So that tends to ding me pretty bad because they have a certain threshold for the number of watch hours you have. And since I haven't been really uploading as regularly as I used to, that unfortunately they don't carry those over, which really sucks. So I'm considering alternatives, maybe like Patreon or something like that. I don't know if anybody would be interested in something like that. I'd be open to suggestions. But do keep in mind that I have stated this in the past, is that I do not accept money for my fan game stuff. I cannot do that. That's a no-no. That's a no. But I can accept stuff for my video updates, my channel content, because guess what? All the equipment I use to say do this, because you can't really see it. We're in the jungle after all, right? To make this happen, it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's usually money I save up very carefully through monetization, or, you know, some of that fun little bit of money that I get. I'm not really in that position to throw around money like left and right like some people. But yes, so we're here in the tropical landscape, but I just wanted to make sure I talked a little bit about that. Hopefully, it's kind of unfortunate because I've been doing that kind of thing for a long time. It's really kind of disheartening that YouTube doesn't really care about kind of the smaller channels, but that have produced, like, I've produced hundreds of videos on this channel, so it's a little weird for me because I think it's somewhere around 600 videos I've produced If not, those are at least the public ones. There's other ones too that used to be up. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Dan gone wild in the comment sections, the lion sleeps tonight. So, with that out of the way, oh, thanks. Thank you. Hopefully I'm pronouncing this right. Is it Zartan MS? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, no. So, yeah, don't worry. I'm planning to still put out an update sometime very soon. I try to make sure I put up update videos every once in a while. But yeah, it's been fairly busy the last couple of months. That's why I haven't been putting up any videos lately. Yeah, things kind of got nuts. But I have a bit more time now, so it should hopefully be much better now. But yeah. so anyway, so let's talk about. So first, I always have to do this. What is everybody's random word of the day? Put it in the chat. I want to hear about what your random word of the day is. Mine is muffins. So tell me what yours is. So while you do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the game we're going to play today. So now I'm not sure about if you've ever played this one. If you have, I'd love to hear about it in the chat. But yeah, we're going to be playing Donkey Kong Land. That's why we're in the jungle after all. We're in the jungle, the mighty jungle. Anyways, that's enough of that. So we're playing some Donkey Kong Land. So this came out in 1995, which is quite late when you think about kind of the regular Game Boy. So this isn't Game Boy Color. This is regular Game Boy. But do note, because of it coming out in 1995, it has a whole lot of new features. In particular, it takes advantage of some of the functionality that you get from the Super Game Boy, which is what we're going to play it on. We're going to play it on the Super Game Boy. Let me just make sure so you can just see. Yeah, I'm injecting this out. Don't ask me how I find so many power outlets in the jungle. But yeah, so we're going to be playing some Donkey Kong Land. So now this one, I don't have as much experience with the... Cody, my God. I don't have as much experience with Donkey Kong Land. I played it years ago. Now, there are a couple things I'm going to point out as we're playing that... all the Mary Poppins quote. So let me see. Plebs. That is a pretty good word. Get it on, let Donkey Kong. You don't want to see that, believe me. So, let's see, Zartan MS says, super casual, fragilistic, apsihalidocious. Oh, man, that's good stuff. But yeah, no, so if you're curious, I do have the other games too. I have Donkey Kong Land 2. This one I actually got quite recently, and also Donkey Kong Land. I borrowed Donkey Kong Land years ago. But I've never, like, I got this quite recently, but I haven't thoroughly played it yet. Banana Slammer. That's also a very good one. Banana Slammer! And then insert any other random quotation from the 3D animated cartoon. Which, a random fact, before I talk about this part, one random fact I can tell you is when I was a kid, we only had what we call farmer vision. It means we only really had 4 channels for television. But then if you wiggled around with the bunny ears well enough, you had bunny ears on your television, for those that maybe are a bit younger, you would use this to change it. Hopefully you can pick up another... this is very weird to talk about, but people that know around my age know what I'm talking about. You have the bunny ears. You'd have to fiddle around with them to get the right, see if you could catch anything with the bunny ears. And sometimes you would get certain channels, which is excellent. Sometimes I'd get Fox Kids in the morning sometimes, which is quite awesome. Which is quite the epic thing when you're living in Manitoba. But yeah, no, funny as it sounds, when in Manitoba we had this thing called Sky Cable. It doesn't exist anymore. I think Bell bought them out. And that was the first experience I had with cable television. The way that they pitched it, they had a whole bunch of different channels they were advertised, but they had Teletoon. And they would have advertisements for different shows, and you'd have a whole bunch of the ones like they would talk about YTV. They would have Teletoon. Oh my god! But yeah, I'll talk about the game in my opinion in a moment. But thank God you guys are cracking me up. This is awesome. So let's so on there I seen the Donkey Kong, the 3D animated cartoon that was on television at that time when it was brand new. That was the thing that I got begging my parents for, so we could get cable to watch that show. And my God, I still have some of those episodes recorded on VHS. It's best thing ever. But yeah, it does have some issues though. But that nostalgia is quite the drug. But now, anyways, so anyways, the one other thing I wanted to talk about was so there's Donkey Kong Land 2, but there's also Donkey Kong Land 3. Now, as you've probably gotten from the names, they all correspond to the different Donkey Kong Country games on the on the Super Nintendo. So this one actually I've had for years. I got this when it was relatively new. I think I got it for Christmas, if I remember correctly. But this one is probably my favorite one out of the ones I've played so far. But I haven't played 2 thoroughly. I kind of just played a little bit. I was planning to save it for maybe another day when maybe a stream. Or say if I want to crack out the Game Boy. Yes, I still got my brick. But it's pretty good. Or play it on Super Game Boy. But yeah, no. So they're quite the something when you're playing around with these games. You're going to see quite quickly some of the opinions I have with Donkey Kong Land. But I will say that definitely 2 and 3 are probably a lot, well, I would argue they're probably better than the first one, but we'll get into the game in a moment. So, oh my God. Yeah, Donkey Kong did have quite the voice in that show, especially his singing voice. It was on like this whole other tier. It's kind of nuts. So let's move on over to this sucker. So let's get this going. Also whoop. I got a blind. Let's try this again. I know this is not what you're supposed to do. I blow it. Let's see if that works. Oh no, I broke it! There we go. We're good. But yeah, this is one of the games that has a custom border. So if you're ever wondering like where the heck I got the idea of all these borders in that Mega Man Eternal 2, it's because of the Super Game Boy. That's really the thing. I usually prefer the Type A format. But yeah, if you're wondering also about the 4-color configuration, that's also from this as well. But it's not exactly like this, unfortunately. But I could make it like that, but I wanted to put my own little simple spin on it. Keep it simple. But also in that minimalistic style that a lot of the Game Boy games have. But yeah, let me know how the volume is. So we're going to start a new file. And this is going to be rather interesting when we play it. So let's get in this. So we got these. So we got some bananas. Now, probably you're going to notice something kind of quickly as we're playing this. Now, it's not really going to be much of an issue right now, so I'm not going to say it. But no, it's like definitely when it comes to how the graphics are, they look quite nice, especially for a Game Boy. Darn it, I missed. Ah! Ooh, it's Rambi. Gotta get on Rambi here. But yeah, the checkpoints are a little different here than they are in Donkey Kong Country. Thumbs up, y'all! I found a bonus. Ooh, we got the end. Here we go! See, I made that look easy! Ah, would I say it's a short game? I would say it is a bit longer than some games I would definitely call short on the Game Boy. It's definitely short. I would say it's shorter than Donkey Kong Land 3 for sure, though. But this is where things are gonna start getting a little bit frustrating. At least we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm gonna be on a roll here. But if you're comparing it to games like, say, Kirby's Dream Land and that, this is a lot longer. Hence why it has a save system. But no, it's... Wow, that was a fluke, by the way. No! But yeah, no, it has a series of worlds, just like a Donkey Kong Country. But it's, darn it! Let's see here. But yeah, it has a save system, so it's designed to be played maybe not one giant run. I wouldn't say it's short, but it's also not, like, so long that it's gonna take forever to beat. Because there are some Game Boy games like that. Man, am I... See, I was lucky the first time. The controls... So the first thing I will talk a little bit about it, the controls are a little slippery. Especially in the ice level, but it makes sense, it's an ice level. But it's particularly slick, but the hitboxes are fairly large. See, you have to get kind of used to it with this game, because it's just there's a couple of things that you'll kind of notice as we're playing. But yeah, no, this one, let's see. Oh. But yeah, the Game Boy games, well, sorry, the Mega Man Game Boy games, I find that they tend to vary, but, like, in terms of length, definitely the first two, yeah, you can beat those in one run. Most of them, they're designed to be played in one run, but fortunately you have save states in that, especially with the 3DS, which is nice. Yeah, they can be a little slow, especially the Mega Man Game Boy games. They have quite a bit of, like, lag. Because the Game Boy didn't really have as much processing power as some of the other consoles out there. Especially when you look at it, say, through eyes that weren't really around when the Game Boy was a brand new thing. It's quite a different thing to encounter when you're not really used to that. But yeah, there's definitely, especially with the Mega Man Game Boy games, there's definitely some lag. That's one thing I was personally, like, quite adamant about. It's like, okay, if I'm going to recreate something that's kind of like the Game Boy, I definitely don't want the lag. So if people want that slower kind of thing, that's there, but I'm not going to make it, like, perfectly authentic. Because I'm not really that focused on that. I just want to do that so that, because sometimes, especially when you're dealing with a smaller screen like this, it kind of keeps you humble when you're designing things. Because you only can have so much on the screen without being too cheap with the player. That was a little bit close there. I gotta land on that flying pig. There we go. No! Die! See, wasn't I was doing so well, and then this ice level's just kicking my butt. Now, I don't know if you have noticed this. It's not really that bad, hopefully, but But you'll notice that the way the colors are, because you only have 4 tones here, it's very hard to interpret the background from the foreground. Well, the background against the plane that you're playing on, I guess. Sometimes. It's not really so bad in this stage, though. But this is definitely something that they address more in the sequels. Well, finally, a checkpoint. Man, I was really close to the checkpoint for a while. As if I... No! Why, Dad? Why? I jumped right into the pit. My God. Let's not jump into the pit this time. Oh my God! That was a little bit close there. Yeah, no, yeah, there's not a whole lot of lag with this game, which is quite nice. Which is actually kind of interesting when you think about it, especially when you look at, like, the Mega Man Game Boy games versus this. See, what I should have done there is I should have just jumped when I, like, jumped into the landing there. I'm like, no! Oh! My God. No! Now I must not screw this up. We're doing so well when we started, then I just butchered the whole thing. But yes, keep in mind that I'm kind of playing. I've played this game before and beaten it, but it's been so long, so it's kind of like me getting in my groove again. Because I just do it for fun, right? But yeah, no, it's my job to do good, you know? But I gotta get good. Good question. That's a good question. See, I love the Mega Man games. Especially if you're looking for, like, personally my opinion with this, when it comes to the Game Boy Mega Man games, 4 and 5 are probably my favorites. But I have a place in my heart for Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy, because that was the first time I played a Mega Man game on the Game Boy. It was also, now this is a little bit of an interesting story. Ooh, we got to the end, yes! An interesting story. The same day that I got the Super Game Boy from a pawn shop was the same day that I got to play Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy. But yeah, Mega Man 2 on the Game Boy is definitely not as good as the other ones, but I'm not the type that will nitpick things to death. I think that people should enjoy things for what they are. Now, of course, it's a little bit different when you're looking at it like, oh, this is something that could have been like, oh, I spent like 50 bucks on it versus something that, oh, well, I got this kind of at a pawn shop or I borrowed it from a friend. It's a little bit different way of looking at it. Then also you gotta look at it through the fact that, oh, well, this stuff was like brand new stuff at one point. So you don't really have the luxury of saying, oh, well, I know they could have done it way better. But yes. Oh! But no, I'm a huge fan of the Zelda series. Honestly, a lot of the Nintendo franchises I'm a huge fan of. But yeah, Mega Man is one of the favorites. I'm particularly, let's see, I love Kirby. Love me some Donkey Kong. Honestly, there's a lot of franchises I really enjoy. I tend to be pretty, what's the best way of saying it? What was I gonna go? Where was I gonna go with this? But yeah, no, there's a lot of games I'm not too terribly. What's the best way of putting this? That seems to be the phrase of today. Oh, God, that was a little bit tight there. Yeah, no, there's. It's hard to say which one's my favorite. Mega Man's definitely up there. I'm a big fan of games that will kick your butt. That's kind of the way I like it sometimes. No, the zinger got me. But you see, the zinger totally blended into the background there. But it's not really that bad, but it's... The hitboxes, I can definitely say, in this game are very, very generous in the best and worst ways. They definitely did, like, only from... I guess I only could speak really from Donkey Kong Land 3. But, yeah, they definitely did a lot better with 3 with the way the hitboxes are. Start it! No, exactly. Exactly. Now, let's hope I don't push this one up. Oh boy, this isn't gonna go well. Because I'm out of lives. But fortunately, I've saved, so we're okay, kind of. Oh, that was a little tight there. Little question mark. But we're at the end. So I'm going there. I'm going there. I got all the Kong letters. Oh yeah, that's one thing that's worth noting in this. The only time and ability you have to save in Donkey Kong Land is when you get all 4 Kong letters. Which it makes it a little bit interesting when you're trying to say, oh, well, I want to save my game. Well, you gotta get the Kong letters. At least if I remember things correctly. Ooh. Ooh, that's a pretty nice song. Would it be weird if Tarzan was a boss for DK? That is a good question. As I just pooched that and just got nailed by a zinger. Rest in peace, Diddy Kong. That's a good question. Yeah, it might be a little weird. I guess it... Because you don't really encounter too many, like, human-like figures in these. So I guess it would look a little weird. Unless they kind of gave it, like, the rare treatment where they rendered it. But even then, it's like, well, why would Donkey Kong be fighting Tarzan? Unless it was some weird crossover thing. Oh! It's Tarzan X Donkey Kong! Let's get in there. See, fortunately, we have the save file. And I got a whole bunch more lives. Seriously! The crackling got me so bad there. You know, I never really asked, how's everybody doing in the chat today? Because it's Friday. It's kind of nuts how quickly the week went by. Oh, I wanted to get that. Yes! No, yeah, there is a Conker game for Game Boy Color. We got some Neckies. Well, I think they're called Necky Juniors, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. No! I died somehow there! Let's try this again. Go, Donkey Kong, go! Well, there's one life. I guess I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, no, there is a Game Boy game. I think it is exclusively for Game Boy Color, if I remember correctly. I've never played it, but I know which one you're talking about. I think the villain in it is an acorn, if I remember correctly. Can't remember the name of the acorn. Oh, I wanted to try to get up there. Okay, now I need to make sure that I hit that zinger, because it makes things a little easier. Thanks! Got it. Let's see, we got extra life there. Get out of the way of the neckies. Let's do this. I totally pooched it. I didn't realize that if I fell down in that pit, that it wouldn't just bring me down below, it would kill me straight up. Yeah, it's definitely not like Conker's Bad Fur Day. It's definitely like its earliest kind of incarnations, I guess that would be the way of putting it. That was a little tight there. Oh, it's another checkpoint. I got the zinger. Now, I wonder if there's anything down here. Nope, doesn't look like it. I got the necky. Little necky juniors. Now, where would that end be? This stage reminds me a lot of, say, Donkey Kong Country 2. Because, of course, we had the pirate ship at the beginning of the game in that one. And the fact that this song is basically a Game Boy recreation of kind of the song in that one. Yeah, no, that's kind of what the impression I got of it was. It's more like a fetchy kind of game where it's like top down, sort of like Zelda, but not so much. But at the same time, it kind of is like that. It looked kind of neat when I had it in when I was looking at it when it was like still a new thing in Nintendo Power. Okay, now what am I supposed to do with this TNT barrel? Yeah, I don't trust going that way. Whoopsie. Well, I guess that's how I'm gonna take care of that. Barrel. Ooh, it's espresso. Okay, let's try this. It's a G. Yes! I got the G! And the M. Now what do I do with this? I got a thing. Wasn't sure what that was. I guess it was returning something? I don't know. I didn't quite get that one. I don't know if anybody's caught on to that one. Okay, so where do we go? Oh, I get it now. We got some explosives. And I could blow up one of these paths. That's right, because you see there's a path that goes this way, and then there's a path that goes down. Which way should we go? Should we go right or down? I think these are our options here. What do you guys think? Should we go right or should we go down? This song, it feels like the song's dying. So we got one for down. I don't know if Cody's still around, but we got ourselves one for down. I'll give it another moment. song, it just sounds like it's being neutered. Every time I get around to the part where it's like... That's fine. Okay, down it is! Okay, so we get to go that route. Interesting. I gotcha. Okay, down. Yes, we went down. So I'm sorry, Cody. You had no say in this. I went down anyways. But it makes me feel better that I guessed the right. Well, the majority won. Whoopsie. I didn't realize there was a button there. I kind of forgot to notice that. That was careless of me. Oh my... Whoa. It's a rope. It's coming... I went up the magic rope. And I got a whole bunch of these metal things. Oh. Let's see, we got a tire here. A bouncy tire. Yeah, thumbs up, y'all. That's an armadillo. Yeah, no, it's about 30, there's about a 30-second delay. Whoa, there's stuff up there. No, no, no! Okay, maybe I could take this route to help me out a bit. No! Oh, that didn't go as well as I was hoping. Not pooch this. Okay, there's a barrel there, but it looks like a zinger's in the way. But I don't know to trust it. Okay. The barrel was the right way to go. I got it in! Chat, any words that start with N that you think would be appropriate for this stage? Okay, there's a G right there. 2, 3. Ah! This is a little bit risky here. There we go. Well, let's see here. Ooh, I got an extra life there. Sweet. Now, not to pooch this one up. Damn. Not to pooch this one up. Oh my god. These platforming spots, my god, they just... Ugh, it's everything or nothing with this. Unless I get very stylized with the way I do my cart rolls. Do you think the bees like jazz? Can't believe I said that. Facepalm. They might. They might. Yeah, we got to the end. Success! They might like jazz. That's a good question. It's one of these very difficult questions. Do zingers like jazz? Oh, we got another ship on... Well, another stage on a ship. Oh, look, a bonus thing. I think. And then Diddy Kong went into oblivion there. No! That was not intended. Okay, let's stay a little bit lower. Yes, there we go. One thing to notice is those little stopper things on the top. That's how you know you can't go up there. Cody's no. There's a claptrap there. I didn't notice it there. I was kind of lucky. Ah. Okay, that was a little bit scary there. It's another zinger. We got a slither there. But they come down the ropes, which is actually kind of a neat effect. They look really neat. Everybody just shoots out of barrels. Sweet! Then everybody breaks their ankles. It's about as awesome. Actually, no. I would say it's almost about to the point where of my weird idea when I was a child that everybody should have secret water slides, that they have the ability to just channel, like they just follow it, like they have their chair and then they just go boom, and then they go down a water slide and you just follow down a whole bunch of tunnels that go from A to B. No! Oh, that was good. Okay, seems like we shouldn't go up there, but we should go up there. Okay, maybe I need to go in here? Okay, that seems to be the way. That seems to be the way. Yeah, no, it's exactly. It's like the bat. Like going to the Bat Cave, except it's like a water park. Bat Cave, but water park style. This is getting a little intense here. I guess it doesn't help that this music is it's just pushing it. Okay, at least there's the end. Okay, got the end. Okay, we got the end. Now there's a lot of zingers around here. And this does not look particularly friendly. Why would you put the zinger there if there's nothing there? It's just to tease me, wasn't it? As I get killed by it! No! See, like I said, the hitboxes are a little generous. Like, it's not that bad, but it's just definitely, it's a little generous. Let's get that in. Ah, good question. I'll answer that when I get off of this intense part here. Let's get past the zingers, and then I'll answer the question. What? Okay, I guess that... I thought that was... Okay, I'll answer the question. Before I go to the intense route and figure out which way we're supposed to go. But no, so yeah, so I intended to do a sequel for Mega Man Eternal, but I don't know if you can kind of tell, but I'm a huge fan of the Game Boy. Like for me, like, that was one of the first consoles that, like, okay, we had an NES, we kind of had an Atari, but that was kind of getting old, and we kind of didn't really do much with it. But we had an NES, when I was like 3 in that, I'd play some of that. Well, actually, a lot of that. But my oldest brother had a Game Boy he got when he was brand new. But, like, I would always borrow his Game Boy to use it. But at the same time, like, so my parents had gotten me a Game Boy eventually, and the game that I did get with it was, well, actually, let me think about this carefully. I'm pretty, like, we had Kirby's Dream Land from, at least I think with the first Game Boy, like my oldest brother's one. But I definitely played Kirby's Dream Land to death, basically. It's one of my favorites on the Game Boy. But definitely, oh my god. But yeah, no, the one I distinctly remember getting with my own Game Boy was Kirby's Dream Land 2. And I still have that one. Well, actually, I have all my Game Boy games still, but but yeah, no, it's one of those kind of things I'm pretty nostalgic for, but at the same time, I like, one, there aren't really any Mega Man fan games that really kind of embrace the Game Boy style. And I'm the kind of guy, it's like, oh, well, if nobody's done something yet, I want to be that guy that does it. Like, I want to try new things. I'm not on the side of like, oh, let's make everything carbon copies of the originals. I just like to play around with things. That's why, for example, the first Eternal game is a much faster-paced game than the actual NES counterparts. And it's definitely got a little bit more of an edge like some of the older NES games. Okay, let's not pooch this up. Hey, where am I supposed to go then? Is it up or down? Because it looks like there's something there. But yeah, for the idea, I always wanted to make something that was like a Game Boy game. But at the same time, I wanted to make a sequel to Mega Man Eternal 2 yeah, no, it has its charm. That's the best way of putting it. Okay, so I go down. Interesting. Then why would it kill me? Interesting. So now not to pooch this one up. But yeah, no, it has a very specific aesthetic to it I especially love. But no, there is one other fan game, well, Mega Man fan game that did come out, and it was actually last year. I actually streamed it the day that it came out. It's called Mega Man Sunrise. That's the only other, as far as actually I know, of like one that was trying to be deliberately the Game Boy style, aside from Starman, if I remember correctly. There's one called Starman that was made by Blika. Oh my, Claptrap got me. But I would say if they're like, when we're talking about ones that are like trying to kind of do the Game Boy thing, yeah, there's not too many options out there. But for me, I want to make it kind of like, I want to go the whole shebang, you know, do Super Game Boy kind of thing, make Robot Masters that have far more complex patterns, new fresh look on some of these things, add like mini games that are kind of like the old Game Boy games. Sometimes they have kind of more of this arcadey thing going on. This stage is a little bit intense. Oh boy. I'm gonna take the lower route. Let's see how this goes. Actually, I'm kind of concerned that there might be a letter up there. Whoa! No! The rope! There was a rope there! No! Why? No! Oh, that was a little tough there. See, I should have grabbed the magic rope, and that would have made everything a lot easier. Whoa. That was a little close there. Actually, I don't have the O. Huh. Oh, that's gonna suck. Because if I don't have the O, then I have to do this stage again if I screw this up. forgot. No, I forgot. Like I said, it's like for some reason it assumes there's nothing below there, and I died. Although there are platforms indeed down there. So let's try this again. That. No. Oh. That would be a perfect moment for somebody to just put the Principal Skinner screenshot where it's pathetic. That suited that. But yeah, no, there are some fan games like that doing kind of the Game Boy thing, but I will say that there definitely isn't like the Mega Man Unlimited of the Game Boy style. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, is kind of establish that kind of thing. And why did I do that? You know it's been a long day when you kill yourself by just jumping off a thing. But Mega Man Sunrise, I would say, is pretty decent. It doesn't have as many original things, at least in my opinion. A lot of the music's borrowed from other fan games such as mine. So it's, but there are other ones too, but it does have some original tracks. I definitely think it's not bad. It's definitely, it's okay. But I recommend it. Like, if you're looking for a fun fan game that's doing something like this, I could recommend it. It's decent. The only thing I can definitely say is, oh boy, now I don't know if he changed this since then, but the final boss was a real pain in the neck for me to beat on my stream. Because I did not have any E-tanks, so I had to beat the final boss with no E-tanks, and the ability to get E-tanks. Now, of course, I know a way you can get more E-tanks, but it requires you to kind of break the game, sort of, by going and tampering with the save file. But it doesn't break it. It's manipulating the save data in a way that maybe isn't intended. But let's just say the last boss really it can be a real pain in the butt because there is no backtracking to a main hub area in Mega Man Sunrise. There's just a stage select. It's very traditional. Just, you have stage select, you do the thing, you have a middle thing, another 4, then you go to the fortress thingies, well, fortress stages, and then... No! But yeah, no, the final boss it took a while for me to beat on stream, but like I said, it's not bad. It's all right. And that's a compliment from me, because I am a kind of guy who's a stickler for originality kind of things. But yeah, so like that's the way I'm not the type that'll be like, oh, the game uses a different graphic thing than this. Like, that's way too nitpicky. We're talking about things made by fans. We put them, like, this is stuff we do for fun. It's not, like, I'm not a fan of the types that go around just, like, straight up, like, calling other people's things just complete trash. Like, especially if it's made by somebody that just, like, put a lot of time into making it. Like, it's like I said, it's a perfectly decent game. Like, fan game. But you also gotta keep in mind, a lot of people, when they get very nitpicky with this stuff, they tend to forget that there's hundreds of Mega Man fan games that never get finished, or there are ones that get finished, and they're a whole other animal that don't resemble anything that would constitute a game. But then, like I said, these are things made by fans, and I find sometimes there are some people that are a little bit too critical to things that are made for fun, you know? Like, they're putting out their stuff for fun. Okay, so I don't go that way. Let's try this again. This time not pooching this. Okay, I need to go back on that thingamajigger. The weird cog thing. It's like looks kind of like a screw. we're safe. Hey, finally we're at the checkpoint. Now we're back to where we were before. Now, not to pooch this one up. No, no, no! Oh, man, that sucks. Yeah, well, exactly. That's the thing. It's just, you have to get used, like, because this is one thing, and I do talk about this, I've talked about this in the past before, is that, like, some people want their Mega Man games to play, like, their Mega Man fan games to play exactly like the official ones. Now, some fan game makers strive for that. Some others want to try their own thing. I'm a fan of both. Like, some people want to do their own thing. That's okay. I did my own thing for Eternal 1. More, like, if that isn't the cup of tea of some purists, that's okay. The issue I have is, like, where it's like, oh, fan games, they must have the exact same things as this. They impose weird restrictions on things where it's like, this is something made by a fan. It doesn't have to be like the official thing. And even then, I find sometimes some people hold fan game makers to higher standards than the actual creators, which is really weird. Okay, let's try this and not pooch this. Okay, I'm on the rope. Okay, let's not screw this up. Okay, now let's not screw this up. Okay, so we just gotta get on there, and then we gotta go on to the other one, and I'm assuming you have to go up, I think. If not, we're gonna have to keep going that way. Well, sorry, this way. Keep forgetting I'm talking to you from this side. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Oh my god! No! No! I went against my gut instinct to grab the rope. This is one of those things that makes it fun. It's just, you sometimes have your gut instinct to do something, and whoopsie. Nope. Let's try this. No, no. A little bit there. No, no, ah! Oh my god. Let's try this again. That's a very good question. When it comes to fan games, keep in mind, I've made a whole bunch of fan games, but they were like things that, like, what would the best way of putting this? There was a time when people didn't share everything on the internet. So there was a lot of, like, before I made Eternal, I was playing around with all kinds of different game engines. And I used to program all kinds of different ones. Like, at one point I was thinking about making a Kirby fan game, but but that was years ago. I was trying to make a Mario one, I tried making a Mario one again, I tried making a Wario one. It was actually kind of a neat concept at the time. But yeah, no, like, it's hard to say it's the first one I publicly put out there. I think that's a better way of putting it. Because I made a bunch of fan game kind of things, but because I've been making fan games since, like, the early 2000s. But they're like, the other ones are not out there. But Eternal is the first one I put publicly out there. And Eternal, the Eternal you're playing is technically the third attempt at Eternal, like, making it. Like, the first time I did it was in the early 2000s. And then, like, so you gotta keep in mind, like, when I was coming up with Eternal, Unlimited was not out there up in the open. So, like, expectations were very different from a fan game standpoint when I started making Eternal. But even then, like, but yeah, the 2008 that you see, like, on the game, that's when I made the third version. I started working on the third version of it. But yeah, basically the best way of putting it is I've been making fan games for a very long time. Like, at least in context of other fan game makers I know. They're... Oh, wow. That's nice. If I take advantage of this, I can... Okay, that made things a lot better. We're almost there. But yeah, no. When it comes to Eternal, yeah, no. It's one of these things that, like, I was working on for, like, years. So like, the ideas I have for Eternal 2, that's definitely Dan in 2014, 2015, 2016. Not Dan in, like, more than 10 years ago. So it's a little bit... It's interesting the way... how that kind of works. Okay, so we have to go through the zinger. At least it seems that way. But it's very weird to look back on, because like, I talked to some of my younger subscribers, especially. I talked to them, and it's like, well, so you're saying that I started making fan games when some of them were barely walking. It's very weird to me how that works. But it's just one of those things, like, when you enjoy doing something, it just time flies. Oh, I don't have that. Oh, this is not gonna go well. Let's hope I get to the end. This is actually a pretty intense level. Okay, we did it! We got to the end of this level. Now I hope the next level isn't going to butcher me. Oh, let's see. We got another jungle-esque, Jungle Japes kind of level. Which one was the most? Let's see. Still coming. Still coming this point. Which one was the most fun to make? Ooh, that's a hard one to say, because, like, all these, like, they're all fun to make. It's really hard to say which one, because all of them I was just playing around with ideas. So, like a lot of the time when you're, like, making these kind of things in your spare time, it's just like, oh, I have this idea for something. Let's try this out. And then you start planning. You start thinking to yourself, oh, well, is there a way to, like, do I, like, want to expand on this further and that? It's kind of, like, sort of the progression of this. Eternal was something like that when I started. It was like, oh, well, I enjoyed making this level. Why don't I make another? The Kirby one I was having a little bit of fun with, but it's been so long that, like... And this is... Okay, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. And this is... And this is me criticizing myself. Is... Me, when I was younger, I didn't understand the power of, well, the limitations of flash memory. So what I did was I put a lot of my projects on USB flash drives. Little did I understand that flash drives have a limited number of rewrites. So I would put all my stuff, and this actually happened to me when I was trying to make more of an original project, because I was also playing around with original ideas too. Like I got... Wow, that was... Whoa, this is weird. It's cool. But no, I put all my games on flash drive, and I didn't realize that, oh, that has a limited number of rewrites. So when I passed the rewrite count, my files got all corrupted when I tried saving it again. And then I lost access to half the files. Oh, come on. Let's not pooch this up. And I'm a little worried here. There's a path of bananas. So maybe there's a barrel here. Yes! Oh! We got the Kong letters! Means I can save! Oh my god. But yeah, rule of thumb, back up your files. Use an external hard drive. Back up your files. Put them somewhere that's safe. Make sure you do that every once in a while. You don't want to lose your stuff. Oh, another frozen, well, ice stage. Snow stage. Because I'm gonna tell you, so when I was in high school, like, this is it's not meant to like brag or something, it's just me telling a story, is that when I was in grade 12, I didn't like the fact that I could take a spare for my, because I just couldn't, there was no more courses I could take for additional things. But yeah, lesson, back up your files. But yeah, no, when I was in grade 12, one thing, oh, this is gonna be one of these stages. I was, like, I really did not like the fact that I couldn't take a certain class, so I had to take a spare. So what I did was, I did an independent study course. And what I was interested in doing, I was interested in doing like a game development course. Now, at that time in the province of Manitoba, there was no game development course, and I just pooched that. Like, an independent one. So I came up with, like, at the time was the first independent study game development course. What? What? There was that there? That was a complete fluke. What? What? I didn't, what? That, okay. That was a fluke. I didn't know that was there. What? But yeah, no, so I was coming up with an original project. I came up with a game Bible that usually, like, all your plans and stuff were in it. And all my pictures and that, I was working on it. It was going pretty well. I came up with this neat concept. It involved, like, time travel and this concept of, I'm trying to remember the name. It's called the Crystal Hourglass. And the idea was that there's this, that you're kind of from this older period. I guess it was kind of inspired by Chrono Trigger a little bit with the way it worked. But it's a platformer. I had kind of RPG elements with it. And the idea is there's like this time travel aspect with this crystal hourglass. And there was like this mad evil scientist guy named, I think his name was Rigor Mortis. Hence the pun on his name, but yeah, it was this neat concept. There was like this weird interdimensional like entity that Rigor Mortis worked with that was kind of neat. But that's a whole other thing for another time. First boss, we got the Stingray boss. I like the boss theme in this game. If you're curious, the song also was in Blast Corps for the N64. But yeah, it's super. I love the boss theme in this game. Man, that was a fluke there. I thought I was gonna die. Oh, yes, I did it! Yes! We did it! Now we're to the second place. Sometime soon I'm gonna stop, but I need to make sure I save my file. But that requires getting some Kong letters. Oh, we got some of this rustic ruin kind of thing going on. That Crusher really was in the wrong place at the wrong time there. Oh. No! Oh! No! Oh! Poopies. Wonder if it saves here. Okay, so it does save it. Okay, good. At least I think. We'll see. Okay, that's good. So, let's stop that for now. Let's move on. Let's go back over here. I'm in the jungle! So let's turn that off. But yeah, no, so that's a little bit of Donkey Kong Land. I may go back to it, say, in another stream. But yeah, no, I enjoy the old Donkey Kong Land games. The first one is a little rough. The hitboxes are very, very generous in a good and a bad way. That and also the color, like they didn't really contrast the colors that well with the backdrop, so it tends to blend the backdrop. Sorry, the backdrop tends to blend a lot with the players and the enemies. So sometimes it's a little hard to discern, especially in the jungle levels. But it's not that bad. I've heard people say some pretty harsh things about it, but it's not really that bad. But then at the same time, I used to play this game when it was actually on a screen with no backlight. It used to be the way you just usually would play it. You look at the screen, you hope you have a light source. But yeah, no, it's an interesting game to go back to, but it's got a little bit of some issues, but it's not really like it's fun. But if you're looking for one that's a little bit what I would consider more polished, maybe go for the second one or the third one. The third one I have more experience with, so I can't really say a whole lot with this one. Another thing also worth noting is that now I don't know if anybody maybe in the chat, maybe not. If not for anybody that's watching this in the future, at least at this time, say the year 2018, these ones are not too terribly expensive to get your hands on. At least the first two. For example, I got them on sale at Lukey Games, and they're rather affordable there if you're looking for the actual cartridges. But yeah, no, I recommend it if you like the Donkey Kong Country games and you want something that's a little bit more like the portable experience. They're pretty cool. They'll definitely challenge you. But yeah, if I were to say like out of the three, like obviously I can't say much about this one, but this one I could recommend. It's pretty good. I heard good things about 2 though. 2's pretty good. I started playing that one. It's pretty good. But actually, how about this? I'll show you. I'll show you what I mean by the difference with the colors. So let's actually put in Donkey Kong Land 2, and I'll show you an example of what I mean. And you can see quite quickly the difference. So let's move back over. Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's the thing. As I find oftentimes when I'm dealing with a lot of these types, especially the younger ones, or some of the types that think, oh, a hard game is that's like it's a strike against the game. It's like, I mean, I come from the mentality, it's like, oh, you get good, and that's how you, it's like you get good. So you can sometimes practice. But yeah, no, so let's go to this one. Like, I may come back to this one properly. That's Gangplank. Let's see, let's go to Lockjaw's Locker. So you'll notice that the backdrops are a lot more contrasted against the foreground and the player. So you'll notice that, like, now this made a huge difference if you were playing this on a Game Boy screen, because now the backdrop is a lot easier to discern from the foreground. Sam, I think that's what they call it. It looks kind of like the boss we fought just before. Except that one's a little thicker, if you know what I mean. You know, like the extra C thick. Some thick stingray. That's Lockjaw. Okay, go this way. The music's excellent, but especially with Game Boy style, it's pretty nice. I guess I didn't get Endguard. But yeah, I would definitely say the last two are a lot more like their country counterparts. They don't have as many weird stages. Like they're like, oh, there's the boat level, there's the underwater in the boat level. It matches a lot more the Super Nintendo games. Who's Lee? I don't know. Don't want to get that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going down, I guess. Let's go this way. No! Those starfish, they're never particularly friendly, whether it be the Super Nintendo one or the Game Boy one. Ah! Oh, that was a little tight there. Let's do this. Go up. I think we're almost to the end. How maybe go up? I could have got Engar in this stage, I swear. At least it seems like that. But yeah, you just go on a like a spring there. Topsail trouble. But yeah, like in Donkey Kong Country 2, it has the Kong College for saving. But I have no coins, unfortunately. But yeah, I just wanted to show you that as an example. Actually, let's go to this stage. Oh my, it's, what is its name? Rattler. Ah! Genres. Oh. But yeah, that's Donkey Kong Land 2. So let's turn that off. I'm gonna go back to the big screen. But yeah, let me answer your question. Any other genres I like to play? I'm a big fan of platformers. I like me some older games too. I'm a big fan of RPGs. I didn't get a chance to talk about it, but one game that I did play, especially over the holidays, like Christmas and that, was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That easily was my favorite game I played last year. And I'm still playing it. It's like over 100 hours I put into that. But RPGs I'm a big fan of. If I could get the capturing stuff sometime, I would love to play like Xenoblade Chronicles or any of those kind of games. Big fan of Chrono Trigger. I'm a big RPG fan. But I'm not so much on the PlayStation side, so I don't have as much experience with the Final Fantasy games, except for the ones on the Super Nintendo. But it's been so long with those ones. But let me think. Platformers, Zelda I'm a big fan of. Got Kirby. Like I have a lot of favorites, but I also have the thing for more of your tougher platformers, like your Mega Man games. Yeah, no, I'm not too terribly picky, but I like to have myself a lot of fun. So one thing I've also wanted to do again some point. I attempted doing this like years ago. Was try to do. Yeah, no, I have no experience with Kingdom Hearts, but that one is more the power to somebody else. I haven't really played Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, no, that's a good example of one I have no experience with. But yeah, no, one thing I really want to do on the channel sometime, Castlevania is good. I don't have as much experience with the newer Castlevanias. But definitely with the older ones, I've played those ones. It's been a while though. I've been wanting to play the Game Boy ones. I've always watched some footage of those ones. The first one, it's quite slow. I played that one once. Battletoads, oh, that's been a while since I played Battletoads. That game would just kick my butt, but it kicks most people's butts. But it's a fun game. Let me think. One thing I wanted to do on the channel at some point is, because I have a Nintendo Switch, one thing I'm a big fan, I want to try again at some point is do like a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe kind of thing, where we get some people from, like, whether it be people in the chat or something that want to join in and we do like a tournament kind of thing. Like, that would be pretty fun. Oh, cool. I haven't played that one. I'll have to look that one up. But yeah, beat 'em ups are good too. I love, like, when it comes to beat 'em ups, probably, it's really hard to think of which one's my favorite. Beat 'em ups, yeah, Battletoads is definitely a good one. It definitely kicks your butt good though. Beat 'em ups, I definitely am a fan of. I definitely am a big fan of the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up games, especially the third one on the NES. And Turtles in Time were pretty good. Yeah, no, like, I haven't had as many issues with crashing when it comes to the Switch version, but I could be just lucky. I don't know. When it comes to online, I surprisingly had a lot more issues with the online on the Wii U version, which I also have. Like, at least when it comes to online, like, it would work sometimes, but it was a little bit weird here or there. Especially with some friends. For some reason, it would, like, kick out certain people and that. It was kind of weird. But yo, it's definitely something I would love to try sometime. If I did something like that, I would definitely put up like a video letting everybody know, like, hey, look, let's try this one thing out and see if we can get enough people to join in. It'd be kind of fun. But yeah, no. Another game that I love, that I have a thing for, but I don't have the capture equipment for it, is I'm a big fan of Monster Hunter. Like, I got into Monster Hunter on 3, so in particular the first one I played was 3 Ultimate. So as soon as they moved over to the Nintendo systems, that's when I started playing Monster Hunter. Like, I unfortunately only have RCA capture, but one of the things I would love to have at some point, if I can afford that, would be an HDMI capture. Then it would be a little bit easier for me to do, like, say, if I wanted to play 3 Ultimate or something live for you guys. Because I know some people. I think I'm trying to remember, Cody, if you have Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I know Tor does, and maybe Marcus. I'm not sure, but it would be kind of fun to have something like that going. But what am I thinking? But yeah, I'm a big fan of the Monster Hunter games. I don't have a PS4, so I can't play Monster Hunter World, at least until the PC version. Although I don't know if this laptop can handle it. It may suck the juice right out of it. Double Dragon. Oh, it's been such a long time since I've played Double Dragon, but I enjoyed Double Dragon. That one is pretty good. Like, my experience with Double Dragon is the NES version. I think it was Double Dragon 2 was the one I played. But yeah, it's definitely one that I would consider pretty good. Let's see here. Just wanted to make sure I check one minor thing. But yes, being in the jungle is quite the livelihood, you know? I don't know, I have to worry about, like, gorillas out here. Like, I'm not talking about, like, gorillas, like, ooh, kind of gorillas. Maybe, like, gorillas out here that might, like, gun me down or something. Oh, I should have brought a hat or something. It's obviously a little bit bright here, right? But no, what was I gonna say? But yeah, no, when it comes to games, last year was a pretty good gaming year. But if you're a big fan of RPGs and you want to get into, like, Xenoblade, that I could highly recommend it on the Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. But the only thing I will say for sure is, like, you don't have to play the first one, which you can get on the Wii U eShop. That's probably the best version I could suggest. I haven't played the 3DS port, but that is on the new 3DS. You can get it for that. What I could suggest, now I can't say anything more than this, is that you'll find that if you play the second one after playing the first one, you'll find that it does some things that are insane. But you don't have to play the first one to really enjoy the second one. They don't require it, but it goes a whole other level of depth if you play both of them. But I can't say anything more than that, because I do not want to do spoilers on the stream. Let me see. So you say, you want to know something? I tried to download and run Mighty Number 9 for PC. For me, it won't launch, and I was disappointed and refunded it. Yeah, no, I've heard some issues with performance, especially with, like, the Wii U version. Jasper, the one who composes a lot of the music for... Well, he's the composer for Mega Man Eternal 2's music. Yeah, no, he's not a big fan of Mighty Number 9. He got it on the Wii U, and it was like a laggy mess for him. It's kind of unfortunate. Hey, Super Check Mixer. Hopefully you're having a great day. But yeah, no, what was I gonna say? It's living out here in the jungle is quite the something. But no, when it comes to games, I'm I've been playing a lot of Game Boy games lately. But one thing I do want to do at some point again is do the Super Mario 64 online again. I've been planning to do another one where I could get some additional guests on. So far my plan is I'm hoping to get Tor on board. He hasn't. Tor's gonna kill me, but I've been trying to push Tor to get his controller working. But then Marcus. By the way, I want to say, like, best wishes for Marcus right now. Actually, while we're on stream, he's in the hospital at the moment, but hopefully he's all right. He went in earlier this week, but he came out, and the same deal again. I'm hoping it's nothing too severe, but my best wishes for Marcus if he sees this in the future. And then let me see. I got Cody. He's in the chat. I guess I tried getting Toxic on board, but his laptop ain't the greatest. There's a couple others I was planning. May get my girlfriend on here too. Be fun. But anyways. But yeah, Mighty Number 9, I personally have not played Mighty Number 9, but I've seen, like, Tor's a big fan of Mighty Number 9. He's played it a lot. Like, he streamed it a lot on his channel. I really should, like, Tor's a regular visitor on the channel. He's my Norwegian friend. But yeah, if anybody's curious, I can actually put a link to his channel in the chat. But yeah, no, when it comes to, like, one game I did play over the holidays that is one I could recommend if you're looking for more of, like, a retro platformer, but a little bit more modernized. So if you're looking for something like Mega Man-like, Mighty Gunvolt Burst is pretty good, especially if you want something that you can play in one full swoop. Well, swoop, it's not too terribly expensive either. So if you're looking for something that's like Mighty Number 9, but at the same time, it's more retro style, but it's far more refined. I can recommend it. It's pretty cool. So how am I doing? I'm doing all right. It's been a while. I know. And this is the strangest thing. It still amazes me that this is technically the first video I've put out on this channel in the year, which is, well, in this year. So this is my first 2018 video, which is kind of weird for me because I try to be regular, but it's been really bad the last couple months. It's bad, Dan. But yeah, no, I don't know if any of you watched the, but yeah, the particular one I'm talking about is Mighty Gunvolt Burst. It's the newest one that's on the Switch. You can get it on the Switch, but it's like on a whole bunch of other systems as well. Not to be confused with Mighty Gunvolt, which is also good from what I know. I've only played Mighty Gunvolt Burst. But yeah, I can recommend it. It's basically, like, the way I jokingly put it is, it's kind of like what Mighty Number 9 should have been like, but but at the same time, I don't like to judge because I haven't played Mighty Number 9 myself. But from all I've heard is it's definitely like a one that like if it's your type of thing, you'll enjoy it. But some people it's not their thing. But it also like the whole thing around the Kickstarter kind of tainted it for some people. But yeah, no, it's interesting. But no, the one thing that I definitely want to do soon is doing Super Mario 64 online. It's one of those things that I'm looking forward to. I don't know if for anybody that's watching this now, especially that I do have some new subscribers here. By the way, obviously I gotta do the plug because everybody's gotta do the plug on YouTube because I'm out here in the jungle. No rules. Yeah, no, for Megman Eternal 2 updates and these kind of streams I do, make sure to subscribe. It's a good time. And I do sometimes do random goofy videos, and although sometimes they're a little cringy because they're intentionally kind of cringy, they're fun. I like to have a little bit of fun here. But yeah, no, if you haven't watched one of my earlier streams, I think it was the last stream I did before this one. We did Super Mario 64 online. So imagine you could play Super Mario 64, but you could do it all like with multiple people simultaneously over the internet. But they have kind of a little bit of interplay with each other, but it's not too overly overlapped with everybody. So it's kind of like playing, but like everybody's in their own universe. Plugman is here. Plugman confirmed. I need to be careful about holding a water bottle, because you never know what somebody could Photoshop into this sucker. But yeah, no, it's quite the something, you know? I don't know. I really need to do more streams. I don't know. It's one of these things I have fun with you guys doing this kind of thing. But at the same time, one thing I do want to try eventually is get back to doing what I used to do on this channel, as well as random streams. I may do them on my alternate channel. If you're curious about my alternate channel, it's where I posted some of my newer videos when I had a copyright strike on this channel. But that's a whole other story about how that happened. I talked about it before on this channel, but okay, I'll briefly mention. I don't know if you follow anything about like the political correctness kind of culture on university campuses, but I mirrored some content from the Yale Daily News, and there was a controversy involving Halloween costumes, and people were trying to get some people fired over this Halloween costume thing at Yale. But yeah, no, so I put out some mirrored content where I did some minor editing and that to something that Yale, their student newspaper, had put out, but I then edited it a little bit to try, fair use. But at the same time, they didn't want that information out, but my video got viral on Reddit, and it helped push a lot of the stuff out there about the Yale controversy, especially some of the footage that was on there. But yeah, it trended on Reddit. But so it got a lot of attention, and then yeah, they filed they did a copyright strike on this channel, and I lost my monetization. So I went to the alternate channel for a bit, and there's some videos there for Megman Eternal 2, but not as many as here. And I sometimes post random things there as well. But I may do, if I'm gonna do what I call random streams, I'll probably do them over on that channel. Because I'm worried about copyright stuff. And because sometimes by happenstance, I run into goofy videos where what happens is I get a random copyright strike from somebody when I'm just trying to commentate on it, or we're having some fun watching a goofy video. But yeah, no, but yeah, if you're wondering about what random streams are, they're basically where I'm just hanging out like this, and we talk about things, or sometimes we play games and stuff. It's mostly more relaxed, and we have a lot of fun. So sometimes we watch really weird stuff and have a good time. I have a little bit too much fun with it sometimes. We've watched some really weird stuff. But yeah, no, so I was thinking of maybe trying to do some of those again. Maybe get everybody on board for that. I know, for example, Super Chex Mixer, I know you've been wanting those for, like, years now. But yeah, no, copyright is both a protection and a curse. Speaking as somebody that has had to protect his intellectual property before, it is a little bit unfortunate the way it works, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, it's a very fine line you have to deal with. It's like, for example, I've had it where like people have straight up like taken my videos and thrown them up on other channels, or without like editing them or anything, or somebody taking a song that I own and then like throwing it in something without crediting it. I've had things like that happen. It's very unfortunate. Like, all you have to do is like credit it, or like ask if you want to use it. It's not really that big of a deal. But no, it's so yeah, so kind of the plan for this year is I plan to put more Mega Man Eternal 2 updates out there. Do more streams. We need to have some fun with that, because I got to keep my sanity. Now, for anybody that's a newer subscriber or watching that hasn't watched any of these before or know very little about me, right now I'm actually doing a PhD. so I spend a lot of my time doing research. So I need something to help my brain, like, because Mega Man Eternal 2 is one thing that I do to help me. Oh my god. So working on Mega Man Eternal 2 is one of the things that helps my brain work on other things. Like so I have something like compartmentalize some more of my programming stuff. But this is another thing, because I like to have fun with everybody and entertain and whatnot. You know, the fun stuff on the internet. And no, I will not post the butt videos on Pornhub. That is just so weird. Though it would be weird if it was on Pornhub. Oh, man. Dear God. But yeah, no, so yeah, that's actually one of the reasons why I haven't put out a Mega Man Eternal 2 update video lately, is because I've been busy the last couple months with that. But it's something that's still an ongoing thing. Don't worry, it's not dead. It's just I'm way too determined to let things die like that, unless I have a very good reason. Or rather, mega later. Very good, very good. Cody, no putting up butt videos on Pornhub. It would be very weird if it was on Pornhub, though. And note, if you're wondering what these butt videos are, they're not, it's not what you think. It's not actually like videos of my butt or something. It's more of a cringy video I did at one time back. I think it's still on my channel, by the way. At least I remember correctly. Let me see if I can still find it. I did a parody video of a YouTuber that probably is totally relevant now, but it I think it was, I'm trying to remember her name. Let me see here. It is. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it's still up. It's still up. If you want to watch the video, here, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, there you go. If you want to watch the cringiness of that video. I made it as a parody to another YouTuber who happened to be female, so I was impersonating somebody doing a butt workout video that was intentionally trying to show off their butts. But I could a little bit of a goofy spin on it. Buttman and his fart attack causing Mega Man to float for a certain time. Precisely. I'm surprised Fartman does not exist in the fandom. Ah. You guys are funny, by the way. But yeah, no. So that video, insane as it sounds, it's been a while. But no. Hopefully you guys had fun with this. I think I'm gonna wrap up here. because I've had a good time with you guys. I gotta go because the lovely woman has come back, the Shireen, and I want to make sure that she has something to eat. DeviantArt. Okay. How about this? I'm going to look up on DeviantArt, and if I can find it, I'll show it on stream. Let's see. Fartman. Mega Man. Let's see if I can find this. And if this does exist in the future, you can post it in the comments after. Let's see. Oh boy. I found something that is... Okay, no, I've gotten into the other world. Technically, these are not... Okay, this is getting a little too weird. There are things on DeviantArt that are just so out there. I haven't found a fart man, but I found fart-related things. Oh my god. I'm gonna put this up on the screen. Let's hope I don't get a chance to take it down. Oh my god, this is just totally just weird. Okay. Let's just spaghetti, never spaghetti. Okay, here, let me put on the, let's just pull up a window here. Let's see, I think I need window? Yeah, window, let's do this. Let's see here. There we go. There we go. Oh my god. No. No. Oops, I accidentally moved around some of my stuff. Just no. Just no. Let me move this around a little bit. Just no. But no, I can't find a fart man. But I found fart-related Mega Man materials. There's a lot of stuff out there on the DeviantArt. There's a lot of farting stuff, especially involving roll. Which is equally weird and kind of creepy, but at the same time, whatever floats your boat, as long as it doesn't... Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little weird. Oh boy. My demonetization, that was a mistake. Actually, no, monetization, that was a mistake. Oh my god. Why have this happened? So, with that being said, I want to thank everybody that's in the chat. So, if you find a fart man out there, you're welcome to put it in the chat. Or if you get creative and you want to make a fart man, I would like to know. But yes, poor roll. I feel bad for anybody. Like, why do this to roll? It's kind of creepy. Especially those versions of roll. But yes, if you get creative and you want to make a fart man, you can leave it in the comments, and I'll see what it's like, as long as it's not too overly disturbing. But on topic, I hope you enjoyed me playing some Donkey Kong Land and some of the updates I have. So, with that being said, I want to say thank you to everybody that's in the chat for watching, or if you're watching us in the future, that you subscribe or you check out this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out here in the jungle. I don't know where I'll be next time, but hopefully it'll be fun. So hopefully you had a great time, and have yourself a beautiful day. And thanks for sticking by here. So let's wrap this sucker up. But yeah, thank you so much, and thanks also everybody in the chat. I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, if you enjoy having this, well, if you enjoy more streams like this, do let me know. Like I'm really big on feedback. Sorry for your sanity. I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you later, Cody. See ya. Thank you, everybody. Have yourself a beautiful day. And I'll try to stay safe here in the jungle. Hopefully a gorilla doesn't get me.